Another week of From means another trailer from a random site that might give my computer a virus. But my drive for answers is so strong, that's a risk I'm willing to take. In this video, we'll be going over both the trailer and production stills for episode 307 to see what we might be in for. I've left a link to the YouTube trailer below in case you want to check it out yourself, but be sure to make like Tabitha and come back. Now let's get into it. We begin with Elgin looking at a Polaroid photo. Elgin said he was going to make an album about Colony House, but ever since he saw the drowned woman in one of those photos, I'm guessing he's going to get a bit sidetracked. Last episode, the drowned woman told Elgin that in return for his help, she'll help him and the others get back home. This is a cause for concern considering the entity that told Sarah the same thing in season 1 also wanted her to, quote, kill the boy. These Polaroids seem to act like breadcrumbs, ultimately leading Elgin to the root cellar. Now, can you spot the difference between the Polaroid and the actual cellar? It's a little difficult to tell with the quality of the video, but it looks as though the Polaroid has snow falling in it, while there is no snow in reality. This could mean several things. First, the snow may indicate Elgin is on the right track. Something is leading him to this cellar. In the long shot, we do see him carrying the camera with him, so it's highly likely he was the one to take this photo, and it wasn't just a random photo he found around Colony House. 2, this might all be a dream. Elgin has been plagued with dreams and nightmares. Who's to say this isn't one too? But why would the kimono woman bring Elgin to the root cellar? We know 3 things about this cellar. First, it was where Victor hid the night the entire town was massacred. 2, it was where Jade saw a man crushed by a large boulder. 3, it was where Julie ended up after going through the faraway tree while escaping the Colony House massacre in season 1. So this cellar has a lot of mystery surrounding it. Will he find someone or something there, or could this place act like a reverse faraway tree? Like, could Elgin go into the cellar and pop outside one of those trees? If we're to believe the kimono woman, whatever journey Elgin's on, it should help him find a way home. However, he may be inadvertently freeing some sort of evil entity. The Tabitha story this episode looks to continue the big revelation last episode that she dreamt of this town long before she arrived. Since this was a dream of hers, we can assume this little girl here is young Tabitha. However, it is possible it could be someone else. In my episode 6 breakdown, I noted how this young girl's clothing looks like it's from a completely different era. So if this wasn't a dream and instead a real memory, it would mean Tabitha time traveled. The gang has made its way back to the 3 red stones, likely in search of answers. It was this image of the wards drawn by Jade that triggered these memories in Tabitha, so perhaps by visiting this place, Tabitha can get answers. In this shot here, we can see Tabitha in front of one of those cabins from the settlement. She tells Jim that this wasn't just a random nightmare, it was a dream she had over and over again. So it must be important. In the production stills, there's a lot of investigating these wards. We still don't know what they do, however, I found it quite odd that Randall was carving something that looks suspiciously like one. Boyd and Donna will have a talk amongst the fog. I wonder if they'll talk about Fatima and the baby or something else. Christy and Boyd discuss what they're gonna do now after finding Fatima is without a baby. Boyd will obviously be concerned because this is his grandchild they're talking about. We can see Christy here holding that portable ultrasound. He basically tells Christy to figure out what's going on since no one has answers. Fatima finds herself back in the greenhouse in front of those rotten crops. Is she going for a snack, or is this more retrospective? Like, if it wasn't the baby causing this cravings, then what was it? Fatima will be brought back to Colony House and hooked up to an IV where we'll see Tilly bring her something. Maybe it's tea or something to eat. Regardless, we all know I have deep suspicions about Tilly and her relationship with Fatima. Jasper is brought to Victor's room where it looks like Victor and Henry discuss what to do next. There's actually very little info about what happens in Victor's storyline this episode, so I'm doubtful we'll get any answers, at least not yet. The trailer ends with Julie and Randall traveling back to the dungeon ruins. This is the place they were held after being possessed by the evil entity. I can only assume that they've come this way for answers on what they're going through. Since their possession, both of them are overwhelmed by this tremendous sense of fear. Julie remarks how she hears screams all the time, and the only thing that helps block them out is smoking weed. We'll see Julie and Randall outside the clinic, and I'm curious whether they want Marielle to come with them too. Marielle has been closed off when it comes to discuss what happened in that dungeon, and my guess is she declines to go with them or has to focus her attention on Fatima. This shot looks as though the Colony House van is behind them. Is this conversation taking place there, or did they take the van to get to the dungeon? I found this the most concerning photo between the two of them because it looks as though Randall is leaving someone behind. And that about does it for this week's trailer breakdown. Now I turn it over to you. I want to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, and for more bad takes you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.